Welcome to the second meeting of Spearhead Toastmasters. Can I have a huge round of applause, everyone? My name is Rupinder Singh, and I am proud to be your Sergeant at Arms for today. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Please be advised, you are now inside the code of conduct of a Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded. It may be possible to stop the recording. You will have to inform us beforehand. I will very quickly go through the meeting rules. Audience, please be advised that any behavior that disturbs the flow of the meeting will result in removal from the meeting room without any warning. Please ensure that your noise-making devices are either switched off or on silent mode. Please speak responsibly on religion, sex, and politics in your speeches. As far as possible, keep your videos on, audio off, and applause flowing throughout. Toastmaster of the day, table topic master, and general evaluator, please ensure a smart audio video check prior to handing over the control of the screen to respective role players. Role players, please rename yourself as role player hyphen your name hyphen your club name. You may omit the club name if you are a member of Spearhead Toastmasters. I would also ask you to please, if you're a guest, to please rename yourself as guest hyphen your name so that we can identify you for table topics. Please acquaint yourself with the role of the timer. The timer will use screen sharing to indicate timing using one of the cards. Green will indicate that you have reached the minimum qualifying time. Yellow indicates that it is a good time to start wrapping up. And red specifies that you've got 30 seconds or more or you will be disqualified. Individual session timings will be explained in due time. We encourage you to use the Zoom emoticons generously to encourage role players. We sincerely request you not to send chat messages to everyone or the speaker on stage. In fact, refrain from chatting altogether. Reiterating, please stay on mute until specifically requested to unmute. If I was to summarize these rules in one sentence, I would say, be the kind of audience you want for yourself. Also, polls will be launched after each section and they will be on for 30 seconds. And now I will take this opportunity to introduce our presiding officer. Our presiding officer is a person of many positions. She's a current area director, a past club president, successful club president, I may add. She took her club to the president distinguished. Before that, she was the vice president of education. And you would think, so what? I will tell you so what. The first day I met her, she was not a Toastmaster. 2 days later, I was her mentor. And a day later, I realized that she was going to be the new vice president of education. That to me is courage, if not outright silliness. But the way she did that role is an inspiration for many of her peers. So I would like to invite on stage the ever inspiring, our current area director and our club president of Spearhead Toastmasters, Toastmaster Ragini Rajpal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rupinder, for reiterating the history all over again. And thank you all for joining and coming here today. I am pleased to welcome you all to the second meeting of the Spearhead Toastmasters Club. Just before we get started, I would like to express my gratitude to all the role players who generously helped us to put this event come together smoothly, and also acknowledge the presence of our esteemed guests today who added cherry on the top. Commencing with, we have District Administrative Manager Toastmaster Pratik Tyagi, Distinguished Toastmaster Padma, guests Gaurav, Shreya Bansal, Surbhi Mittal, Universal, Tarandeep Kaur, Shreya Shukla with us. I hope I am not missing out on anyone. And Bethlehem Workin. So I welcome you all to the second meeting of Spearhead Toastmasters Club. I'm sure all of you know the meaning of Spearhead, an individual or group chosen to lead a movement or a program. And this Zoom window where I could see 23 participants is the group chosen to lead this Spearhead Toastmasters Club's meeting. So with this victory sign on our fingers to victory inbuilt in our hearts, I welcome one of the most exuberant members of our club, a cheerful soul and a dear friend, Toastmaster of the Day, Manisha, with her glorious theme, Spearhead.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Ragini. Dear Toastmasters and fellow guests, a very good afternoon to all of you. It's a typical Sunday afternoon. We've just come out of a lockdown and are still dead scared of the virus. So there are obviously no plans to be out and about. With a lot of our friends enjoy sleeping and binge watching on a day like this, I wonder what brings this bunch of enthusiasts to a Toastmasters meeting today. You don't have to think much, and you already know. It's the desire to grow and learn from a like-minded community, which is not just important for us to evolve as individuals, but to also spearhead in our lives, no matter where we go. So if you're wondering what your key takeaways and learnings from today are going to be, don't you worry. I have in store a lot of learnings for you, where I'll take you back to the basics as time and again I'll talk about becoming of a spearhead. Spearheading means to lead something as big as a movement or as small as a team of 3 members. Maybe just leading a healthy lifestyle or a disciplined routine. You don't have to associate spearheading with leading the biggest company or the biggest revolution in the world. This reminds me, long before I started my corporate journey, I had tasted the flavor of leadership. No, I don't mean that I became a leader, but I was surrounded by great leaders. And one thing that was common among all these people, from my favorite maths teacher to my dance teacher, was that they were able to communicate their ideas in the most simple words possible. Being able to give vocabulary to your thoughts is a very efficient tenet of leadership. And to nurture that quality in us, we have Toastmasters supporting us in a 3-pronged approach. We'll learn how to spearhead in all of these approaches as we progress today. But what do I really mean when I say a 3-pronged approach? What I'm actually talking about is the foundation of a Toastmasters meeting. So for the first time joiners and our guests, a Toastmasters meeting is divided into 3 sections. First section being the prepared speeches. Just as the name suggests, the speakers come with well-prepared pre-written speeches. Second one is the table topics section, where speakers deliver impromptu speeches on spot. And the third and the final one is the evaluation section, where not only are the prepared and impromptu speeches are evaluated, but these evaluations in themselves are also evaluated by a general evaluator. Now, before I deep dive into all of these sections and share some tips and tricks with you to improve in all these aspects, let me introduce you to the general evaluator today, who also happens to be the meditation expert in the Toastmasters community. Gayatri Deshmukh, over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. As your general evaluator today, I shall be evaluating the entire meeting on various parameters, like audience behavior, whether we are following the time properly, and how the overall conduct was. I will also be evaluating the role players in the evaluation check section, and I will also be evaluating the evaluators who will be evaluating the speeches. And to keep a tab of entire meeting's performance, I have three pillars of any Toastmasters meeting to support me: grammarian, timer, and our counter. I would like to first invite our grammarian for the day, Ragini Rajpal, to please share the word of the day and the idiom of the day. Over to you, Ragini.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, and hello again, Toastmasters. So, as a grammarian, the word of the day is engender. It is a verb form. The meaning is cause or give rise to a feeling, situation, or a condition. I would now provide an example to express the usage, which is members coming to a meeting prepared engenders better discussions and a fruitful session. Additionally, we also have the idiom of the day today, cherry on the top, which means final touch that makes something as attractive as possible. I would encourage all of you to add both the word of the day and the idiom of the day to your vocabulary and encourage you to use throughout the meeting. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, grammarian Ragini. Our timer for today is Rama Chopre. Rama has already displayed her timer skills by being so efficient even when she's when she's on mobile. For the prepared speeches section, timer shall display green card. For green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. For the evaluation section, timer shall display the green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. For the table topics section, yes, I can, okay, thank you so much, Rama, that was interesting. For the table topics section, green card will be displayed at 1 minute, yellow card will be displayed at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and red card will be displayed at 2 minutes. Our counter for today is marketing genius Manpinder. Manpinder is known for a lot of things. Apart from a very sweet smile, she is also known for her caliber as a very, very efficient person in the field of PR and marketing. Manpinder will be our counter for today, and she's going to keep a tab on all the fumbles, ahs, ums, filler sounds, and also the filler words. So she's the one person that you have to beware of today. All these reports will be submitted in the evaluation section, which would be the last section of the meeting. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, for a detailed description of what all GE and the team is going to do in their evaluation report. Now, before listening to the speeches and moving over to the first section of the meeting, let's take a step back and quickly ponder a little over what it really takes to spearhead a prepared speech. I firmly believe that the solutions to even the most complex questions and problems in life are simple, if not easy. And the answer to how do I deliver an effective prepared speech is actually in the name itself. Prepare your speech. Now, I haven't gone crazy and I'm not stating just the obvious, but trust me, this is the one thing that so many of us stop doing after delivering a few speeches. I remember when I was a part of the Embark Toastmasters Club, I prepared my speech on leadership styles just 30 minutes before the meeting was scheduled. Now, the problem wasn't that I sucked at the speech. The problem was that I wasn't fair to myself and my audience. Point number 2, leading how to spearhead a prepared speech. Write a speech well in advance. And from advance, I don't mean 30 minutes in advance. It is recommended that you write your speech at least 2 weeks in advance. And the third one, just like any article or working paper, the best speeches are not written, but they're rewritten. So make sure that you have enough time for the edits as well. With this information, let's move to the prepared speeches section. We have 2 speakers today. The first speaker being Udit Midha, who will be delivering his icebreaker speech. Udit, while writing his speech, has gone back to the basics and made note of his experiences in life, starting from the childhood. Before asking speaker 1, Udit, to deliver his speech, I would request his evaluator Samriddhi to read out his speech objectives. Over to you, evaluator Samriddhi.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I would just like to have a quick audio and video check. I hope I was audible as well as visible.
Yes, you are.
So, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. The purpose of Toastmaster this speech is to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. And timer, I would request you to kindly note that the time for this project is 4 to 6 minutes. And I wish all the best to Toastmaster Udit. We hope to have a good speech today. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Samriddhi. Now, before I hand over the stage to Udit, can we do a quick audio video check? Udit?
Hi, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are. Great. All right then. Just a second. Okay, so the topic for Udit's speech is embracing the chaos. Embracing the chaos, Udit. Udit, embracing the chaos. Over to you.
Who am I? What do I want to do in my life? What is the purpose of my life? What am I doing here in Toastmasters? My life has always been full of these questions. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am Udit Midha, a procrastinator and a glossophobic. When I was a child, I wanted to be a soldier. I had a cool soldier dress and a gun, which I used to carry with me even while sleeping. To fulfill my dream, my parents admitted me to an army boarding school. Life was not easy for a 10-year-old kid there who has never stayed away from his family for even a single day. I got back from there in my summer vacation and never went back. By that time, the soldier dress I loved did not fit me anymore, and my gun was broken. So was my dream of becoming a soldier. As a time I grew old, now I developed interest in sports and wanted to be a cricketer until class 10th, when I realized I am not too good at it to make it my career choice. By that time, I was at crossroads to pick my choice of stream, commerce or science. I have always been fascinated by science, so eliminating commerce was easy for me. But my confusions did not end there. Now I had to choose between medical and non-medical. I was confused because I wanted to be a doctor as well as an engineer. My mother advised me to write both on piece of papers and select one from the two. I wrote medical on one and non-medical on the other, put both of them in a jar and selected one with closed eyes. Medical was what written on the paper, but I was not happy. While my eyes were closed, I realized what I wanted to choose. So I chose non-medical in class 11. But the problem did not end there. I was so procrastinating my studies that I did not study in my class 11th. And I did not know what IITs or NITs were during that time until one day when my brother told me and dared me to get myself into an NIT. I made it my motive to crack JEE mains and finally got myself an NIT. But again, the confusion did not end there. Now it was between which stream to choose, mechanical engineering or computer science. Computer science was the most popular stream to choose, but I went for mechanical engineering and I do not regret that. Those were the best 4 years of my life, from overcoming my stage fear by participating in various skits and mimes and plays to enhancing my social skills by being a part of various clubs. I learned a lot about life in those 4 years. I got myself into research and development and did some amazing projects on solar technology. But again, my problem and confusions did not end there. Now I had to choose whether continue doing my research or go for placements. I was so much involved in my project at that time that I did not sit in the placement drives of various dream companies. But finally, I decided to go for placements and got myself a managerial role with my current company. Now, to take my career ahead, I decided to prepare for MBA. I cleared the competitive exam and got interview calls from various decent B schools. This is how my interview went. Udit, what do you want to do in your life? I want to achieve. Why do you want to do an MBA? Uh, because I think I can. Boom! That's when the reality hit me. I was unable to articulate and gather my thoughts. My mouth was trembling, words were not coming out of it. This time, I was not confused. I exactly knew what I wanted to be, a Toastmaster. During all these years, I never knew what I wanted to do. But one thing which I always knew was I wanted to be best at whatever I do, which I still thrive for. And as it is well said, that all great changes are preceded by chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my time to embrace my chaos with Toastmasters. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Udit. Why an MBA and what do you want to do in life? I don't know if there's anything coming next in the meeting that I could relate more to. Well, let's take 1 minute for everyone to share their feedback for Udit. Timer, please time us for 1 minute and share a red card when 1 minute is up. I believe 1 minute is up. Let's move to our, okay, thanks Rama. Now let's move to our second speaker. Our second speaker has an ever smiling face. So much so that sometimes I question, what is she so happy about? Our next speaker is Hina Verma, who is delivering her first project of level 2. When I asked her about what is her approach in writing a speech that is actually spearheading, she says that she believes in recollecting, reflecting, and then reproducing. But before I introduce Hina to the audience, let me ask her evaluator, Surajit, to read her speech objectives. Surajit, can we please do a quick audio and video check?
Am I audible?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Hina is going to deliver speech from Project 1 from level 2 for motivational strategies path. The purpose of the project for the speaker is to learn about the different communication styles and identify your primary skills. Length of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck, Hina, for your speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Surajit. Could we please do a quick audio and video check with the speaker, Hina, as well?
Can you hear me?
Absolutely. All right, handing over the stage to Hina. Hina, knock, knock, who's there? Knock, knock, who's there? Hina.
Knock, knock, who's there? Knock, knock, who's there? Hina? Hina who? Who is Hina? Well, good afternoon, Toastmasters and my dear guest. I thought that my name was enough, but clearly, name is just a label. Who you are is a combination of multiple things. Your communication style is but one of them, a very important one of them. Like a famous author, Tony Robbins, called out, the way you communicate and interact with others and with yourself defines the quality of your life. Thanks to this project, I got a sneak peek into my communication style. More importantly, it helped me, or it pursued me to think about two important questions. One, how are others perceiving me? And two, why do I have this communication style? And is this something I have evolved over a period of time? The curious mind I am and my need to solve problems, I said, these are great problems to solve. Let's find answers. So I immediately reached out to my family and friends and a few fellow Toastmasters and asked them, who am I? Knock, knock. How do you perceive me? What is my communication style out of the four which Toastmaster says ideally people have? Out came the response. 75% of my fellow Toastmasters identified my style to be directing. You are precise, focused, to the point, and you want to just achieve your goals. While 75% of my family members said, you surely are very initiating, enthusiastic, engaging, fun. You're constantly trying to innovate and do the new thing. Well, guess what? Both were right. The tool identified both these as my prominent style, weighing equally on both these parameters. And I was baffled. These are quite polarized in nature. Both ends of the spectrum, engaging, fun, enthusiasm. At the other end, you have to the point, precise, just achieve your goal. No nonsense. Well, I don't know whether it's the right or the wrong thing, or if it is working for me or not, but I decided to reflect on this further, like my dear friend Toastmaster of the day, Manisha, said, that reflect and learn through those reflections. So here I was reflecting on to answer my second question, which is, why do I have this as a style? And is it really working for me? Another knocking on the door. Knock, knock, who's there? This time, this is Hina, class 9th, standard F. This is the girl I was telling you about, ma'am. Look at the audacity. Look at the audacity. She's saying no to me. My punishment given to everyone in the class. She's saying, I will not do the punishment. I will not write the answers 5 times. I will only write it once. And you can ask me the questions the next time around, but don't expect me to write the answers. Look at her. She does not seem to care. Well, that was my vice principal experiencing my direct communication style and complaining to the principal of the school. Surely, my direct communication style didn't work for her, but it worked for me. It allowed me to be the outstanding student I have always been. Yes, outstanding, standing outside the class. It endeared me to become the amazing person who gets to be in the corridors and experience the good weather out there. And the cherry on the top was to find gossips to share with others in the room. Surely the learnings outside the class was a lot more fun than the learnings inside. Clearly, our communication styles evolve over a period of time. And the more I reflect, the more I realize that while we may all have a preferred communication style, that communication style may not be the one we use every time. In fact, most of us have matured to flex and understand the situation and adopt to a style which works the best, and quite adept at following through all the 4 styles, whether it is directing, initiating, social, or analytical. Finally, when in doubt, do what the wise men say. Walk a mile in the shoe of the other, and you would know what to do. For example, if I have to criticize Rupinder, I would walk a mile in Rupinder's shoe. By doing that, I'm 1 mile away from him and I have his shoes. Knock, knock. Who's there? I hope it's not Rupinder asking his shoes. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Hina, for the wonderful delivery. With this reminds me asking questions and finding answers to those questions. Very basic thing that we all do. But a very important question that sometimes we forget to ask is, are we asking the right questions? Seems like Hina was asking all the right questions today. Well, let's take 1 minute to share our feedback for Hina. Timer, please time us for 1 minute and let us know when 1 minute is up with the sharing of your red screen. Could I also request the tech master to meanwhile launch poll for the best speaker? Thank you. And before we move on to the next section of our Toastmasters meeting, I would also request the tech master to click a selfie. Could we please ensure that our videos are on? Thank you. Thank you, Rama, for sharing the screen. Could we please have a selfie? Please, members, ensure that your videos are on. We could maybe do a thumbs up or a victory, just spearheading the meeting today.
Yes. Who's taking the picture?
The tech master.
I don't have the access to do it, so please I request Rupinder to do it.
Okay.
It's okay. I have already.
Okay, Ragini, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Rupinder, for that.
Thanks, Manisha. You can continue.
Great. Thank you. Well, this brings us to an end to our prepared speeches section. Moving to the next section and the second leg of our three-pronged approach. We have come closer to the table topic section. The section is the most fun for some and most scary for others. Raise your hand if you belong to the second group. Well, at least I do. There's only one way, let me tell you, however, to spearhead a table topic speech. And again, the answer is very simple, not easy though, to practice. Sherlock Holmes has rightly said, if you can solve 99 problems, you can solve the 100th one as well. But before pledging to solve the 99 cases, let's resolve to take up the first case today and actively participate in the table topic section. On that note, I would like to hand over the stage to the very talented Ayushi Kumar to conduct the table topic session. Over to you, Ayushi.
Hello, everyone. We all have gathered today at Spearhead because we have quest for learning. We have quest for knowledge. And in turn, we want to become a better speaker and a good leader. So why not start from today? Now, I could see 27 leaders today who would be superheading important positions in future. So why not start from today? Consider yourself as leaders who would be holding important positions. I will give you one topic. Let's say that you are the PM of the country. Then you have to speak for 2 to 3 minutes that what was your experience and what you want to improve. And you can make it like humorous, serious, and in whatever way you can. Timer, please note that the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. The green card will be shown at 1 minute. At 1.30 seconds, yellow card will be shown, and and the red card will be shown at 2 minutes. So let's get the ball rolling. Now, can I have my first leader, please, who is willing to take up a new role? Padma, do you want to try?
Sure, I will. Thank you.
Okay, so your topic is that you have become the spearhead of education department. You have become the spearhead of education department, Padma.
Thank you very much for honoring me with this great position. I have always wanted to reimagine education. We have constantly been cribbing about the quality of the graduates that we produce. We always say that our people are not job ready. Is it their fault? Or is it the fault of the structuring of our entire education system? The commitment that the institutions have to creating excellent people. Let's take a minute to look at what could be the changes that we can make to the whole education system. First off, are we teaching people what they need to know to become successful in their jobs? The answer today is a big no. We waste a lot of time in things that are either outdated or not relevant. Second, do we have the best quality people teaching these students? Again, the answer is a partial yes. And why? Because we do not compensate these people as well as we should. There are some advanced countries which treat teachers at the top of the heap as far as compensation is concerned. Whereas in our country, we have not had that practice for so many years. And that really tells in terms of the quality of faculty that we have. Thirdly, do we make sure that those students who do indeed clear all the exams are compensated immediately with a good job? Again, the answer seems to be a partial no. I am very clear as to what education should really focus on. I am very, very committed to making sure that within the next 5 years, we should completely overhaul and reimagine our education system. So wish me luck. Thank you. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
What a start, Padma. You can definitely be an education minister for sure and can bring multiple changes. Thank you for this. Can I have my second leader who is ready to hold a good position? Surbhi, do you want to try?
Yeah, I'll go for it.
So your topic is that you are superheading the project of building hospital, that you are superheading the project of building a hospital.
COVID 2019. Well, it has presented a lot of problems in front of us. And we all need to introspect a bit that what all we have done. The kind of deterioration this climate and the environment is facing is somewhere our fault as well. I don't ask you all to go to the oceans and see. I just ask you all to see around you, the people who are suffering, the people who are not able to afford hospitals and the bills and the heavy bills that they pass. Well, I am personally having the responsibility to build the hospitals. And I definitely want each and every one of you to contribute towards it, because we as community can do a lot for the ones who are not fortunate enough. We all are much fortunate to afford the heavy bills of the private hospitals, and those are the ones that are giving the right kind of medication to the people who are suffering from COVID. But right now, the need of the hour is to also give the medication and all the facilities to the poor ones. And we as a community have this responsibility and we have to do it. So I promise you all that I will put in my best efforts to build this hospital and to provide the best medication possible that I can. But I ask you all to support me in this, and as a community we can do it better, as it will be a cherry on the cake for me as well. And also, the as the most important thought we have always listened from the childhood is that unity is strength, and the unity can definitely help us. Thank you.
I would say it was beautiful. We certainly need many more hospitals nowadays to resolve this problem, and we have to be together. Now, can I have my third leader? No better than Rupinder can do justice to it, because we all are here because of him only. So our next leader, who is truly a leader in all sense, Supinder, we would like you to pick up the topic. And your topic would be that you are the head of BCCI India. You have been appointed as the head of BCCI India, Rupinder.
Thank you. The problem that plagues the cricket community in India is that we are becoming a lot like Australia, and not in a good way. You see, the Australian cricket team went on to win the most cricketing World Cups, but they were always in the news for the wrong reasons. Sledging, making appeals that were not correct, thinking that it is the umpire's call to call out the wrong decision, pressuring umpires. I see that. I see a lot of aggression in the Indian cricket team today. I once said that the reason I do not want India to be a superpower is that it will become like BCCI. It will become more assertive and at some point very aggressive. I see that behavior being translated on the field. Players not playing the gentleman's game like a gentleman. Trust me, I'm not saying don't play hard. I'm saying play hard, but play fair. Do not play to the edge of the rules because you want to see what is on the other side. Play to the edge of the rules because excellence demands that you play to the edge of the rules. Do not sledge a player because you want to outthink, you want to outwit the player. Sledge a player because you want to have fun on the field. And there's a big difference. We've had greats like Rahul Dravid, Sachin Tendulkar, VVS Lakshman, Saurav Ganguly. They never had to sledge anyone. If any sledging happened, it came off their back. So, Madam Table Topic Master, esteemed members of the House, the one thing that I would like BCCI to be is humane. Is that too much to ask for, Madam Topics Master?
Thank you, Rupinder. I personally don't have much interest in cricket, but I can surely relate for what you have spoken. So can I have my next leader, who is truly a leader? Pratik, do you want to try?
Did you take my name, Pratik?
Yeah, Pratik.
Okay, all right. It's
So
rare
your
that I hear my name without my surname. Thank you.
Sorry.
No, please go ahead.
So your topic is that you have been appointed as a head of NASA. You have been recently appointed as head of NASA, Pratik.
Thank you so much for the topic, Madam Table Topic Master. If I get appointed, to be honest, I'll first like to address this issue that I know nothing about NASA other than that it is an agency which works for sending people into space, and it is primarily figuring out the origins of humans, perhaps through looking out If I become the head of NASA, one thing that that would take a lot of time of mine would be to secure funds. You see, there are a lot of people who basically have this issue that we are spending a lot of money on science and research, and they say that there are other things on which we can spend money. So one thing which would take a lot of time of mine would be figuring out funds. So the thing that I would need to do is to put a good image of NASA, at least make people understand why it is important. And if you look at it, it's not just about this agency, okay? It is about your own self. Do we not think about answers do we not think about questions about ourselves? Why do I think so? Why am I not happy in my job? Why am I not happy here? Or what, do I need something else in life? Something similar is what NASA does for the whole human species, you see. And people need to realize this, because if we realize this, that right now we need to figure out answers to our life, then why are we not figuring out the answers to the human life? And once people get this, I think the funding part would be easy, and definitely we would be getting to know a lot more about human life than what we have. And who knows, we might find new neighbors. I am not sure whether that would be a candid conversation or whether it would be a conversation or not, but perhaps you would be able to find something new. At least you won't be alone. Thank you so much. Over to the table topic master.
Thank you, Pratik. Even we are looking for like new neighbors, but first thing that it would really like scare us for this side. So new neighbors would not be like welcomed so much. So can we have our another leader? I think Madhav, can you please take up? So sorry, Unique, you can go next. Madhav, you are the speaker of Lok Sabha. You are the speaker of Lok Sabha.
Thank you, Ayushi, for the topic. I would like to know whether I'm audible properly or not.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So if I am speaker of Lok Sabha, I think the current speaker is Om Birla, and I don't know if it has been changed or not, but if I am the speaker of Lok Sabha, I would probably try to make the whole house more like I would try to make the whole house, you know, when we see the LSTV, which is the TV on which the Lok Sabha house is broadcasted, on which we can see how it works. So if we see that we see that a lot of people are fighting, and even if they are discussing on a particular topic or a particular, for example, farm bill or you know, GST, etc., they are all trying to put their own agenda, their own political agenda forward, rather than having a constructive and, you know, a conversation which can come to an end and which can be in favor of the people of India. So I would like to make it more disciplined, the house, and I would like to probably when I have seen the Lok Sabha TV, I found that the Lok Sabha speaker is more biased towards the ruling party because it is from the ruling party. So I would probably try to be less biased, and yeah, that is what I would try to be. Thank you. Over to you, Ayushi.
Thank you, Madhav. Like, what a try. So I can understand the position of speaker in the Lok Sabha, like how confused that person would appear to be. Now I have my next leader who have already raised his hand, Unique. So your topic is that you are appointed as an advisor of Rahul Gandhi. You are appointed as an advisor of Rahul Gandhi. Over to you, Unique.
Advisor of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Well, actually, I think I would enjoy that job because I like discussing things with people. And I think personally, in my opinion, I think Rahul Gandhi has been over stigmatized, not going and not taking any political view because it's a Toastmasters platform. But I think we tend to, as a culture, tend to get the people who are already down. and we tend to troll the people who are already being trolled. So I think that personally, I would advise him that look, there is an like a campaign against you, like against any political leader. There is a campaign, but the campaign against you is very strong, and you need to embrace that you are going to be ridiculed, and you need to step forward wisely. But also, it can be taken lightly, and maybe like accepting your flaws openly, though that is not a convention in politics, definitely. But accepting your flaws openly, if you can do that, and maybe if possible enjoy some of the troll, which is not too much vicious. If you can enjoy that, maybe you can open a channel with people where they can see the genuine you, and not the part that has been projected by your opposition leaders. So I think in general, not only Rahul Gandhi, we all of us, if when we are opposed or being made fun of, if we can accept the part where we can learn that this is true, that this is the shortcoming of me, and rest, if somebody is making fun, if we can also like enjoy it in the sense that taking it as a joke, not taking it personally, and not taking yourself too seriously. I think we all can learn, and that would be my not only advice to Rahul Gandhi, but to myself as well as all my fellow Toastmasters and everybody I come across. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Unique, for taking this topic to another level and teaching us a lesson that we all should take a little lightly. Then can I have my next leader, Arunima? Do you want to try? Arunima, are you there? Okay, can I have another? Kanika?
Oh, yes, I am here, but I would not be able to take right now.
No worries, no worries. Kanika, would you like to take?
Yes, although the topics are too political and I'm really scared, but it's out of my comfort zone. So yes, I would like to try.
I'll give you a little easier one. So that would be the distribution. So you are the head of distributing vaccine in India. So you are the head of distributing vaccine in India.
Okay. Okay, hello everyone. So this is my first meeting in this, and I would like to say, if I'm given the head, like if I am the head of vaccination in India, then first of all, I would like to request, and I'll get out the data of each and every state of India, and try to understand the population ratio of population, and also I would then divide the country into rural and urban sector, and then divide the data as well. And according to the data, I would make sure that the division of vaccination is done according to the ratio of population. So I wouldn't want the supplies to be there only in the urban areas, because of course the transportation is easier, and most likely it's in most of the cases the urban areas are have excess of vaccinations, and the rural areas have very less. For example, states like Orissa and Jharkhand, few of the rural areas or rural districts there only had 500 vaccinations, and the population there was over 70,000. So there was no way that it could be equally distributed amongst the people. So I would definitely make sure that the distribution is done according to the data of population, and I would take the numerical value seriously and divide accordingly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kanika. We truly need a good leader so that the vaccine distribution is properly done in our country. Can I have my next leader, please? Shreya, do you want to give a try?
Yes, sure.
Hello, Shreya. Can you hear us?
Hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are, but there are slight disturbance. Hello, Shreya. We can hear
Okay,
you,
maybe
Shreya.
I can try.
Okay. The
Okay,
next
fine.
topic for you is that you are spearheading the campaign of teaching people about mental health. You are spearheading the campaign of teaching people about mental health. Shreya, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Since I am heading over campaign for teaching mental health, I would, as a leader of this campaign, I would like, first of all, what I would like to teach everyone is being a very humble, being very kind to all the people around, because mental health is what is being ignored as of now, and which is the most thing that has to be seen, looked after, because we can see our youth get into suicides and all, and because coming under the pressure, peer pressure, societal pressures, and because they're not getting a person to talk to, and they cannot share the things. So I should help people make communities where they can come up and share their thoughts, they can share the feelings if they have the problems, so they can come up and they're not feeling like alone in the world. So as a leader of this campaign, I will definitely try to launch a portal kind of thing, launch communities, launch societies, and request everyone to come ahead and be humble and kind to each and everyone. Thank you so much. To you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Shreya, for highlighting. It's true that we need to aware the people about the mental health, because that is also a challenge that we have today and people don't recognize it. Now, I would like to have my next leader who wants to take up someone from guest. Shay Singh, do you want to try?
Yes, I would like to.
So are you
Yes,
a Bollywood fan?
yes, I am.
So you can spearhead the campaign of launching a movie.
Launching a movie. So, no, actually, I didn't get the topic.
So you have been appointed as a person that who would like to launch a movie. So you can talk about like what hero and heroines that you would like to
okay.
to take in, and how would you like initiate the process of it?
Okay, like a director.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, everyone, for giving me this opportunity. Yes, if the opportunity would be given to me, and I have to make a movie, obviously I will take a hero like Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Like he's a real hero, and I have to pay very less to him, and the story on which I would like to make a movie would be on social issue, as we are living in a society where so many things are going on which are wrong. So I would like to eradicate all such evils like dowry and like caste system and many more like this. So the purpose of the movie would be not to earn the profit, but to give the message to the society. So in my opinion, and in my opinion, the movie should be very simple, so that the people come to understand what is the message in this movie. It should not to entertain or to give amuse to the audience, because the movie is being made to give a message. And like nowadays we can see in a pandemic, so many people are earn money. So this is the hot topic. I would like to choose this topic and would like to make movie on this issue, that we should not uh, harass people when they are in a problem. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your wonderful thoughts on the same. We truly need those people who invest in like thinking about people and teaching and educating them. So can I have my next leader? Bethlehem, do you want to try? I think.
Okay, let's try.
Okay. So Bethlehem, you are being given an opportunity to spearhead a new Toastmasters club.
If I get an opportunity to.
So you would be spearheading a new Toastmasters club.
Club in various roles, so it's an opportunity to develop my communication leadership.
So you are being appointed as a leader that you are starting a new club and you have to inspire people to join that club.
Am I audible?
Yes, Bethlehem, you are audible.
Okay. If I get the opportunity to lead during the Toastmasters, I will be a good mentor for the members, because since I have a good experience attending various meetings and handling various role players, so I can give them good advice and also develop for myself for the next level. Over to you.
Thank you, Bethlehem. Now this was the end. This was an end of a super interesting session. And I would hope that you all will become an amazing leader today. And Toastmaster is the cherry on cake for that. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Table Topic Master Ayushi. I hope you've quickly voted for the best table topic speaker as well. Mentoring Rahul Gandhi to spearheading BCCI Education Department, mental health. What a tour. What a tour, I have to say, this table topic section was. It also made me question and think, with the conscious choices that we make in our lives, most of us progress and succeed in corporate world. How many of us will actually be leading government departments in the future? Hardly any. But that doesn't mean that we don't have the opportunity to spearhead in these departments in our life still. Maybe you don't have to become an education minister to make a change. Probably sponsoring the education of your house health child can help. You don't have to be a Modi to lead Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Just make sure that you don't throw the chips packet on the road. Well, with that thought, let's move to our final leg of the three-pronged approach that we're talking about today in spearheading, in self-confidence and becoming effective leaders. Third section is, as you all know by now, evaluation. Any evaluation or feedback I have realized in the last 2 years adds value when you engage with the person on the other side of the table, keeping specific 2 things in mind. First, don't just tell the other person that they can make better paper bags. Tell them how can they make better paper bags. Second, always maintain an encouraging and empowering tone. Remember that a person who feels appreciated will always do more than he or she is expected. On that note, I would like to hand over the stage to our general evaluator of the day, Gayatri Deshmukh.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Evaluation is breakfast of champions. And for our champions, we have a team of evaluators. I would like to first invite on stage first evaluator for the first speaker, Toastmaster Samriddhi. Over to you, Samriddhi.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. I would first of all like to congratulate Toastmaster Udit for taking this courageous step to deliver his first speech. Your speech gave us a sneak peek into your life, ranging from how you as a kid wanted to be a soldier and what actually engendered the desire in you to pursue an MBA. I was really impressed by the confidence you displayed as a first-time speaker. The actions you chose to showcase the pick of chits was the cherry on the cake. Just one. As you said in your speech that you know that you have to be best at whatever you do. So to do the same, I would like to ask you to challenge yourself to include some more elements of humor in your speech and would recommend you to work on voice modulation as a long-term goal. All in all, I believe it was a wonderful speech, properly structured, and I wish you all the best for your future speeches. May you embrace the chaos in the field of public speaking. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Samriddhi, for that evaluation. I would now like to call upon stage our second evaluator for the second speaker, Suljit Laknotra. Over to you, Suljit.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Knock, knock, knock. Who is there? It was Hina Verma. And you grabbed the audience attention with your first sentence and gripped the stage very well. It was wonderful speech and wonderful topic, and you delivered the speech in such a way that your body was speaking more than the words, or we can say that body language was more effective than the words. You shared many examples from your life, how you overcame communication problem and you gained many communication skills, and how you also shared the quote of the Anthony Robbins to support your your words. So the meaning of communication is the response you get. You were very confident on stage and you were more comfortable on stage. Vocal variety was there in your speech and there was clarity in your speech. Audience was also looking interested in your speech. Listen. Few recommendation from my side, though your hands were visible, but sometimes it was going down the screen. So that was not visible. So we can improve that in next speeches. Also, I've noticed that the audience engagement was missing in your speech. Overall, speech was wonderful. You made justice with the speech objective by not just giving the theory about the communication, but also with your gestures and clarity in your speech. Eye contact was wonderful. Gestures were good. Audience awareness was good. You were comfortable and confident on stage, and message was very clear. So good luck for your future speeches. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Suljit. Now let us move on to the tag team report. I would like to call upon the role players for this report in reverse order. I would first like to call upon our stage, our grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Ragini Rajpal. Over to you, Ragini.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. I have a request to make. If we can also, as a tag team, evaluate your table topics speech report and then present.
There was some technical glitch due to which I haven't been able to evaluate all the table topics. And hence I'm moving on to the tag team report. It was some technical glitch at my end.
Okay, thank you, Madam General Evaluator. So I will quickly share my screen to present my grammarian report, and I am not allowed to. Host, please enable this share screen access to me. Thank you. So I hope my report is visible to everyone. Can anyone confirm? Okay, thank you. So first of all, happy realization of the grammarian that the word of the day was not used by anyone and it should have been spearhead because that was used multiple times by everyone. But nonetheless, I hope to add engender to your vocabulary and encourage you to use it otherwise. Idiom of the day, cherry on the top, was used by Toastmaster Hina and our guest Surbi. So congratulations and kudos to them. Now coming to some very impressive words and phrases used by multiple speakers on stage. One is your claustrophobic, used by speaker one, Udit. Other words used by him were crossroads, articulate. Then our speaker two used words like perceive, audacity, and a phrase, wonderful phrase like walking the mile in his shoes or boots by Hina. Then our table topic master Ayushi used a phrase called let's get the ball rolling. Guest Padma used words like compensate, crib. Our guest Surbi used word like introspect. Then Toastmaster Rupinder used words like sledge, umpire's call, to the edge phrase, step forward used by unique, accept the flaws. And then coming to our Toastmaster of the day, you used multiple quotes, which I could even note. But then you also used a phrase called final leg, 3 pillars of Toastmasters. Then our Toastmaster Shreya used a word humble, and finally evaluator Samriddhi used some wonderful words like sneak peek and embrace. Now very quickly, I have some categorization of awkward usages as a grammarian teacher. So first of all, category falls in inappropriate usage, which is procrastinating used by one speaker was a verb, but it could have been procrastinatory because it was required him to use the adjective. Then do the new thing used by one speaker could have been used as try new things. Similarly, kind word are is a wrong usage to kind words are. Then go to the ocean could have been used as swim the ocean. Finally, plural form of verbs I observed in the team were used with were, with was, but it should have been used with were. Next category was tenses. So I heard the speaker, one of the speakers using when I have found, where it could have been where I found. So there's no difference between the meaning of the two, but the tense is different. So when I have found means that you found it somewhere in the past, when I somewhere in the present at the moment, sorry. And when I found means you found somewhere in the past. So be conscious of the tense you use. Very quickly, I want to state the mispronunciations. So can I take help of Toastmaster of the Day, Manisha, to please pronounce the word SCAR for me.
Scare.
SCAR.
Scar. Sorry.
And SCARE.
Scare.
Thank you. So everybody, please observe there is a between in the both the words, which is scar and scare. But the sound of a is different in both the words. Similarly, we have words like rather, which means rather. And another sound of a in the word cater is again different sound of a. So be very wise of using those particular sounds of a in words. And lastly, the category is parallelism, where I observed many speakers adding ing to present form of verb. So here is an example. Whenever you have to list down anything, for example, she likes cooking, jogging, and to read, this is a wrong and awkward usage of a sentence. If you are using cooking, jogging, try to take the other word also in the similar form of verb, which is cooking, jogging, and reading. And on the other hand, if you want to say she likes to cook, jog, and read, wherein we are using again the similar form of verb. I hope the report was helpful for everyone. And with this, I pass on the stage to the Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Ragini. Now I would like to call upon our next tag team player, and that is our counter for today, Manpinder. Over to you, Manpinder.
I would like to share my screen. So here's the report. First of all, I would like to congratulate two speakers, Padma and Rupinder, for using no filler words at all. Many, many congratulations to, this is indeed a big achievement. So starting from our Toastmaster of the Day, Manisha used to are and to so's and to well. So I would request everyone to keep track and note of all the filler words you use. And every time you give your next speech, just keep on comparing your performance and try to avoid using. For example, and but are the words that are used the most. So just try to avoid these. Our general evaluator Gayatri used 3 times and but. Speaker Udit used 4 times. And Hina, our second speaker, used 1 and 1 like and 1 so and 2 well. Coming to our evaluator Smriti, she used 1 and 1 so. And next evaluator Surjit used 3 R's and 4 and or but. Gayatri, again in your evaluation speech, you used and or but 3 times. Padma, again, perfect speech. Surbi used twice, and but 3 times, and well once. Pratik used 2 times and 4 times, so once, and basically once. Next, our speaker Madhav spoke 1 times, once, and that's it. Unique used once, like twice, and or but once, well again once, actually once. Then Kanika used ums 1 time, 4 times and or but. Shreya used 2 times ums, 3 times and but. Sher Singh used 2 likes and but 3 times. Bethlehem used 2 times and or but. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Manpinder. And now I would like to call upon stage our timer for today to present her report. Over to you, Rama. Rama, Toastmaster Rama Chopre.
1 second, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, no problem.
I can't share my video. So good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests.
Rama, try sharing
How
now.
are
You
you?
can share. Try sharing now.
Sorry?
You can share now, Rama. Try sharing your screen.
Actually, there is some problem if I'm sharing a screen. So I would like to share my screen to give my timer report. Can you see my screen?
It is visible.
Thank you. So meeting started well on time at 1:30 p.m. today, and there were 2 disqualifications today. Now starting with prepared speakers. So both the speakers spoke well within their time limit. Please note, Udit spoke for 4 minutes 30 seconds and Hina spoke for 6 minutes 3 seconds. Now coming to our table topic speakers. All the speakers spoke well within their time limit, and please take a note of your time. Now coming to evaluators. So both the evaluators spoke within their time limit, and Samriddhi spoke for 1 minute 9 seconds and Surjit spoke for 2 minutes 9 seconds. And coming to the role players, grammarian Ragini spoke for 4 minutes 31 seconds and our counter Manpinder spoke for 2 minutes 35 seconds and mine is 2 minutes 51 seconds. Thank you so much. Over to Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Rama. I would now, okay, let us first vote for the best speech evaluator. Should we go for the polls for the best tag team before I evaluate them?
Yes.
So while the polls are being shared, meanwhile, I shall share my evaluation for the evaluators today. Our first evaluator today was Samriddhi. Samriddhi followed the CRC pattern well. She came up with good commendations and her recommendations were also specific. Her recommendations were of the nature that speaker could actually benefit from and could implement. My recommendation for Samriddhi would be, while presenting your evaluation report, you could work a little bit on summarizing the report in a more effective manner. Our second evaluator was Toastmaster Surjit. Surjit, your evaluation displayed your excellent observation skills. Your recommendations were also very specific, and you followed the recommendation pattern really well. To you as well, my only suggestion would be that you could work more on summarizing your entire evaluation report. And while you are giving your recommendation, you could give some more recommendations on content part. In terms of, you could have given more specific recommendations on the content part. It would have been more helpful for the speaker. Talking about our tag team, our timer Rama Chopre, you dealt with the situation. You really very gracefully dealt with the situation when you were faced with the technical issue. You submitted your evaluation. You submitted your timer report really well. You called out your disqualifications well. My only recommendation to you would be, you already this time you tried to give more of an analytical report rather than simply reading out the timings everybody took. I would just give you a recommendation on the same thing. You could continue doing that and continue your progress on the path wherein you are submitting more of analytical reports than reading it out. Speaking about our counter today, Manpinder. Manpinder, you had a very diligent report. You had a very keen ear and report displayed your listening skills really well. My recommendation to you would be, the next time you play this role, instead of reading out the number of filler words and filler sounds, you could analyze the whole report and submit it as a 1 or 1.5 minute speech. For example, today the use of filler words and but was very high. It was in the red zone. You could have pointed it out in your report, and it would have made it more of an analytical nature rather than just reading it out. And our final tag team player, Grammarian Ragini. Ragini, your recommendations were very well presented in a manner that made it easier for everyone to identify the mistakes. You pointed out the good usages also really very well. I believe post timers report, the only recommendation would be that you would be a little more mindful about the timing, wherein my suggestion would be something that I was suggested. When it comes to recommendation as well as commendation, you could stick to top 5 commendations and top 5 recommendations. You could have stuck to top 5 good usages and the 5 errors or wrong usages. As far as the entire team was concerned, our Toastmaster of the day performed her job at the best of her ability. The theme was explained well, and all the sections of a Toastmasters meeting were incorporated in the theme of the day, and it was very well synchronized with the theme and very well presented. Introductions were done very well. Talking about our table topic master, the table topics were in line with the theme of the day, and not just that, all the table topics gave an opportunity for each of the table topic speakers to explore their own leadership qualities and also explore their own leadership skills. It gave an opportunity for everyone to explore what all they would do in the leadership positions. As far as the decorum was concerned, there were not many disturbances from anyone. There were no unnecessary chats. So all in all, I would say an excellent meeting. Nobody spoke out of turn. Nobody spoke out of the norms and rules and regulations set by Toastmasters International. Speakers, evaluators, role players, everyone was mindful about everything they were saying. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, for a very comprehensive and detailed feedback of the entire meeting. In addition to, I would say, all the tips and tricks that we've learned today, we need to remember one thing. The thing that spearheading or leadership is a skill. And just like any other skill, it can be acquired as well, but by being consistent. So, prepare more speeches, practice more table topics, do comprehensive evaluations. But while you're at it, make sure to do it consistently. Well, I hope the meeting today was helpful to all of you in understanding how to spearhead at least a Toastmasters meeting, a speech, a table topic, or an evaluation. Spearheading at Toastmasters, after all, is a way to spearhead at life as well. There are studies which show that by regularly and actively engaging with Toastmasters, one can improve over 35 skills. Don't trust me? Go ahead and Google it. And while you're Googling how many skills you can acquire with Toastmasters, I would like to take a leave and hand over the stage to the presiding officer, Ragini Rajpal.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. I'm overwhelmed with the exhilarating environment engendered by every soul present here. And special thanks to our Toastmaster of the Day for conducting the walkthrough for Toastmasters wisely and the beautiful takeaways. With this, we have reached to the best role play polling first. So let's vote. Thank you. So with this, we've reached the segment where I'd encourage all the guests present inside the forum to provide their feedback reports for us today, commencing with our guest Satwik Kumar. Can we have Satwik Kumar on the virtual forum, please?
Hello, everyone. I think I'm audible and visible.
Yes, you are.
So, yeah. So, I'm really happy to be part of this Toastmaster Club. I was invited by Ayushi Kumar. She is my sister. I was always curious to know that why she spends much of her Sunday in meetings, and though she's have 5 working days. So I was very curious to know this. But today I realized that all that stuff she was doing was totally worth it and was making her better each day. So looking forward to learn from all of you. And it was a great session, great speeches by everyone, and looking forward to join much more sessions with you and to learn. So thank you everyone for having me and giving us a warm welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Satwik, and thank you, Toastmaster Ayushi, for inviting your sibling to the meeting. Next, we have our guest Surbhi Mittal. Please, can we have Surbhi on the virtual forum?
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay, well, it has been my 3rd meeting now, and I have always felt really good attending these meetings because surely there is a lot of things to learn, and the command that the speakers have over their language and even the role bearers, it's great. And I would definitely like to attend other meetings and be a member soon. So thank you.
Thank you, Surbhi. Hope to see you as a member very soon. Next, we move on to our guest, Shreya Bansal.
Hello. I hope I'm audible this time.
Yes, Shreya, you are.
Okay. Thank you so much. I was invited by Toastmasters Samriti today in today's session. And actually, I'm very glad to be part of this meeting because I learned a platform, I saw the platform, and I'm very much excited to be a member soon of this platform. Surely, I was witnessing a lot of network problems at my end because of the rainy season in my area, but definitely I'll try to connect again on a better note next time.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for creating such a great platform.
Thank you, Shreya. We are hoping to have a bunch of CAs now looking forward to audit our meetings. Next, we move on to our designated guest, Toastmaster Padma, to provide his wise feedback for us.
That's a new title that I have, a designated guest. I keep wondering what it is. I must say that, for a second meeting, you're doing awesome. I know you just rebranded, but seriously, I think you are, to my mind, a model club. And by that, I don't mean that all of you are good looking. Of course, that is there. But in addition to that, you conduct meetings in such a systematic, very, very efficient manner that I really hats off to you for the way in which you conduct your club. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Padma. It's always a pleasure to have you and have those kind appreciation from you. Next, we move on to Echoes Mensha, our guest. So can we have your feedback, please?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. I am a visiting Toastmaster from Woodbridge North in Johannesburg. This is my second meeting. I had joined you last week as well. Thank you. Thank you for a great meeting. It's always nice to observe how other Toastmasters clubs are doing their meetings. And I love observing if the speakers are eloquent, you're on time. And I love the feedback from the evaluations last week and this week. So great job. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Echoes, for your kind words, and thank you for coming to the meeting. So with this, we conclude the session of feedback. I hope I've covered all the guests. And thank you everyone once again for attending the meeting, for having us here, and for your presence as well. Now we move on to recognizing the efforts and the awards for the role players who've won. For this, I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Rupinder.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. So we've instituted a new award for members who are giving the speech for the first time. You see, tradition used to be that whenever a member gave their speech for the first time, the entire club would give them a standing ovation. And since we are at home, particularly for people like me, it is difficult to get up. We kind of gave up that practice. So I kind of spearheaded that practice of not standing up for the first time speaker. We decided to have a standing ovation certificate, and today we have a standing ovation for Toastmaster Udit Midha. Let's have a huge round of applause for them. Udit, one of my mentors told me that the first standing ovation is gifted to you. You earn the last one. I'm pretty sure that you earned today's one as well. So great job, Udit. Wonderful speech. Now, moving on to the best table topic speaker, starting from the back, our third best table topic speaker today is the president of Turning Point Toastmasters, Toastmaster Unique Katnoria. Great job done, Unique. Excellent job done. Our second best speaker today should have got a standing ovation. She gave her first table topic in the club today. But 2 years ago, I heard her deliver a table topic and she absolutely aced it. She hasn't lost that art. Many congratulations, Kanika Dalmia. And our best table topic speaker today did not disturb the scorer at all, because last week also he was the best table topic speaker. All I had to do was copy paste his name and address across. Thank you for sparing me the effort, Toastmaster A. Padma Kumar. Congratulations. Yes, I'm a lazy person. Okay, now let's move on to the best speech evaluator. And our best speech evaluator today was Toastmaster Samriddhi Garg, yet another chartered accountant. We have too many of them now. Okay. Our best auxiliary role player, the butler, did it again today. She engendered this award for herself, and cherry on the cake, Toastmaster Ragini Rajpal. Great job. You can smile a little bit, it doesn't hurt. There is no GST on that as of now. I have a few CAs who will tell you that. Okay, the best role player award today goes for, man, was I blown by that performance. But that is a new benchmark for me, and I am going to do that. I am going to replicate that performance. Many congratulations, Manisha Sabarwal. Excellent job. Excellent
Thank you,
job.
Rupinder.
And the best speaker award, this was a very close one. I mean, by the minutest of margins, experienced triumphed over enthusiasm today. Many congratulations, Kina Verma. Great job there. And with a click of this button, you will receive your certificates in your respective inboxes. Until then, this is Rupinder Singh stopping the sharing of his screen and handing you over to a far more attractive face, Toastmaster Ragini Rajpal.
I'm sorry, I missed out on your last line.
Don't fish for compliments.
This is
They are
not
found in shallow
intentional.
water.
No, really, this is not intentional. I just heard Ragini Rajpal, but did you pass on the stage to me?
Yes, yes, yes. I also said you're a horrible person.
Yeah, that's what he said, Ragini.
Okay, so with this, I think we should stop the recording first.